Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, you know, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know. The Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth. Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment. The Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, you know. No matter how them try to run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
All right. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. All right, that works better. That works better. All right. Today we have I have an interesting discussion to bring to the table. Are Black people ready for true African drama? Like, can they handle an actual African drama? Because I know a lot of people that call themselves experts. I don't want people to think that I just want to, rag on these people, but I want people to see what is factual and what is fictional. There's a video that I'm going to share, and this is one of the experts that relocated to the Gambia named Marley. So I listened to the video he dropped, and the title says, "Don't come to Gambia." I listened to the video and I went in the comment section. I saw I could read some of the Gambians getting upset. But this guy, he was dead on. He was honest. I mean brutally honest. And the things that he highlighted, I think, Black people should definitely listen to that and compare, like what you're used to, what you expect, so that, you don't meet surprises, because Africa is not what you think it is. Especially Gambia. So this brother here, Marley, the things that he highlighted here is from his own observation of what the society is like. And as far as I know, and I would even add on to, the things that he said. This is going to hurt people's feelings. I get it. It's going to hurt some people's feelings, but feelings are not real. They are not real. Just like when some Gambians came together to say no automatic citizenship, that hurt other people's feelings too. So, but it's not about your feelings, it's about what is reality. So if you're going to take a move, if you're going to make a move anywhere, I think you should want to know what the truth is. You're not going to, because, for instance, if you're moving from America, but you want American experience in Africa, Gambia of all places, I'll have to tell you, you're delusional. You're delusional. And in this video, this guy is going to make those points very clear. Because I was waiting for an expert video like this to come out of Gambia. So someone like, for instance, Go Black to Africa. The video I responded to is because he made several videos like that where it's like throwing stones directly at people like myself. Like, I don't know this guy. I know he didn't say names, but he said Gambians that live abroad. So I was just on YouTube watching these guys, enjoying their stories, just laughing. But I was like, wait a minute, these guys, some of these messages they are pushing, I mean, come on. I want to be able to tell people that I'm from Gambia, but the type of message you're pushing, that would not help. So, but this guy here, Marley, is going to give us, his honest, true observation of the place. And I would pause in between to confirm yay or nay. So kick back, relax, and enjoy. Just give me a minute. So his title here says reasons not to come to Gambia. So I'm going to start it.
Yeah, rise up, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, friends, frenemies, and you agents. What a one. It's your brother Marley, and I wanted to welcome you to another one of our conversations around the whole movement to Gambia, the movement to Africa, the movement out of the West and back to the motherland for so many people. I was just inspired to do a video. I haven't done a video for a while because I haven't really had much to say. I don't like to come on here. I know a lot of people, their thing is YouTube, and so they've got to be on here constantly, regularly, giving updates or giving stuff. And even if they've got nothing to say, they'll still do a video. And me, I don't want to waste your time with over who's like Gambian born, but he's based on their grind over in.
Sorry, I accidentally skipped it.
The whole movement to Gambia, the movement to Africa, the movement out of the West and back to the motherland for so many people.
So people that are interested in this, I want you to pay close attention to what this guy is saying. He's been truthful. No sensationalization. This guy is giving you the facts. And like I said, I would confirm or deny some whatever. But as far as what I've heard from the video, I stopped it because I wanted to share the experience with the viewers.
I was just inspired to do a video. I haven't done a video for a while because I haven't really had much to say. I don't like to come on here. I know a lot of people, their thing is YouTube, and so they've got to be on here constantly, regularly, giving updates or giving stuff. And even if they've got nothing to say, they'll still do a video. And me, I don't want to waste your time with just random musings. Some of the stuff that goes on up here isn't for sharing anyway. So, it's only when I get inspired to say something do I actually go out and do it. So today, 2 people came through to the restaurant. A couple, actually 4. There's one couple who I didn't take their name. They're from New York and Florida.
So if you're just coming here, this is Marley. He's describing what Gambia is really like, the experience. So kick back, like I said, we'll be cutting in now and again.
Lovely couple, just like, people who are just completely focused on their grind over in the States, and now been able to get a chance to chill out here for a moment. It is really hot today, by the way. Like, it's very cloudy,
If you watch my video yesterday, I was talking about is it buffering? How about now? Can you give me thumbs up if the stream is going is still buffering? But anyways, in this video, he's describing his experience, and I want you to hear everything because I know there's a lot of you that are interested in these topics and you want to know what to expect, before you make a life decision, going all the way across the world, thinking that you're going to be living in Wakanda, but it's not really Wakanda. I get it. Like some of the streams, I would, make mockery of certain things, but when you're talking, you have to also make it light and, comedic so people can really get into it. So let me play it again. Can you guys hear me?
The rainy season is about to start. It rained a few days ago. And like at this point where it's about to rain, it gets very hot and muggy. And like no sun. It's just pure muggy, and it's very strange. The air feels very thick. Anyway, I was talking about not rambling, innit? So let me get back to what I was saying. So that was really inspiring, you know what I mean? Just talking about how they're getting on with the work they need to do over in the States, but when they come here, get a chance to relax. And another couple, what was their names? AI, Ansu and Yasin. Ansu and Yasin is they're given Gambian names. Derek and Janet, I think. I know one was definitely Janet. I think the brother's name was Derek. I might be wrong. Anywho. Yeah, they were really talking about like how similar this place is to Jamaica. Hey, Aisha, look, there's Aisha driving past. How similar this place is to Jamaica, and how they've been able to come here, and they're doing their journey, making their moves to come over here. So
you're absolutely right. Some people are so caught up in this fantasy they've created in their heads that if they hear anything different, they just start, they get triggered.
have a quick talk to you about reasons not to come here. Look, I don't work for the Gambia Tourism Boards. We're just upstairs from where the restaurant is, by the way. I don't work for Gambia. I'm not here to be a propaganda machine. I come to try and give you at least my experience of truth. At least, I wouldn't say it's the truth, only because, the experience.
So, I don't fall for phrases like my truth. It's either the truth or not the truth. The truth shall set you free. They didn't say your truth shall set you free. The truth. But I think he's just being nice about what he's about to say. Now people are so afraid to speak truth, talk about what is actually happening. They are so afraid to hurt people's feelings, but if you don't talk about it, it will never change. I think people are addicted to just sitting there complaining about it over and over. If you want to make a change, change is painful. So you're going to hear things that, at first it's going to be a shock factor to you, but, don't just dismiss it. Just, think about it, like marinate. Let it marinate first before you jump to conclusion. Just ask yourself, why is this individual saying this? Because maybe the person saw it. That's why they're saying it.
Should have as somebody who's living on a budget. I remember one brother saying that, you need like say $800 a month, you can live good over here. I know other people who are coming here with £100,000 to set up life. I know people who've got a nice pension, who are able to live very well and very comfortably. So it's kind of like your experience your income, your viewpoint will have a very big impact on what your experience is here. So this is my truth here. And there's reasons not to come. There is. So like, for example, if like the one sister we was talking with, the sister there from New York.
Because you see, like right there, behind him, you see how the place is dusty, it's not paved. So, living in America this long, I can assure you, knowing American person who's never been to places like this, you drop them right here, come on, it's gonna be a shock. Or you leave them there, there's no way they'll be able to pull stuff out. There's no McDonald's around the block, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, or Philly cheesesteak, pizza around the corner. Nah. You don't have that. It's not like it's green. The place is dusty. Look at, he can't even make a video without loud noises around you. That's what you hear. But now, when instead of listening, for instance, to an African person, like me coming from Gambia, they're like, why'd you run away? Okay, he's about to tell you right now. And you compare that to where we live here in America. And tell me, if you're going to leave all the things he's about to describe in exchange for this place, you got to make a very, very hard decision that you hope not to regret and come back on YouTube and start pulling an ad catty on us.
Florida was saying that her child has a heart condition, and so this place is not set up for people who are heavily reliant on a health system.
Okay, you're right, he's in that PC culture. Let me translate to regular people talk, how we talk here at the Afridamus Report. What he's saying is, in that country, their health system is so crappy. If you have heart condition and you move there, you are going to die. That's what he's letting you know. The electricity is unstable. Everything is unstable. So if you have heart condition, it requires machines, monitoring, so tests. If you are from, let's say in the States here, that's what I know. The healthcare system is top notch. You can't compare it to Gambia. You would literally be committing suicide if you make this move. Seriously. If you're putting your child in that situation, you don't love your child. I get it. You have this fantasy of always returning to Africa. That's in the 1900s. Time has gone. You could visit. Great. But if you have tons of money where you could just every 6 months you could fly back and forth, So if you look, this is true. If you're sick, do not go to Africa. Because you look at it, even African people that get sick, where do they go to? The Western world. You think they are just happy about, they're like, oh yeah, I want to go see the white man. No, because they know any African that can afford it would come to the place that you say you're running away from. So let him keep going.
Yeah, we've got hospitals up the road and hospitals up the road, but it's not a system. It's not like as though you know that all the medical procedures are available, all the drugs you may need are available. It's not like that. This place is very, very, very brand new. You know, it's only been going for 50 years, and in those 50 years, you've had like 45 of those years have been run by two men. One was an ex-farmer, the other one was a military brat. So it's still kind of like, still very far behind.
He's absolutely correct. He's giving you like a short version of the history. Turn it into a Reader's Digest. See, most people that come on here, these YouTubers that go in Africa, they like to, pontificate on things. They want to use big words, to try to confuse people, to act like they are spiritual. All right, we get it. Can you report to the people exactly what is going on? We get it. There's the fun part, but also tell the people the realities, the everyday today reality. Because you see, the way I would be able to talk about this is by bringing his video to confirm what he's saying. If I were saying it by myself, they would say, oh yeah, now you see, he's trying to distract us from going to Africa. Hey, if you want to go to Africa, by all means, don't let the door hit you in the rear. Go for it. But don't be bipolar on us. You start talking about oh, this place is better than America. This place is so good. And then you get mad at, things. Instead of handling it, on your own, you come here and blame other people. For instance, you see a lion. A lion is going to be a lion. So even if a lion pounces on a human and eats that human, let's say the human goes around and the lion eats that human, you're like, well, the lion is just being a lion. You don't hate that lion because that lion is being himself. So if you are going to Africa, Africa is Africa. Like, people are not lying to you. Like, when white people are calling Africa third world, they are not lying to you. And some Africans that come and try to, be ashamed, and they say, oh, I want to show you videos of the nice places in Africa. Is the entire place like that? You want to talk about nice place? I live in a beautiful country. All those videos you're showing, you cannot compare any of those to the places here in the US. Yes, America has places that are bad, but you want to talk about sophistication? Have you guys lost your mind? Are you kidding me? But this is what they want to use to sell to others. Like this guy here, his message, many of them, they're going to turn their nose up against it. But this is what it is. It is what it is. Can you have fun too? Absolutely. But you have to have plenty of money, be innovative. But if you want to live like you lived with with white daddy, where white daddy is the one that built everything, now over there, you have to do it for yourself. You have to use your own hand. You have to use your own money. And money runs out pretty fast. And he's going to explain this here without you even getting the service you're paying for.
The rest of the world. So it's like, you know what I mean? We're still kind of in a stage of figuring stuff out. Yeah, another reason why you shouldn't come here is if you're attached to stuff, to things, to material stuff. You know, because here, I mean, it's like, there isn't a Target or a Walmart I can go to, or, you know, I can't go to Harrods and go.
So, if you're in Gambia, you don't know what he's talking about, Target, Walmart. These are huge stores, huge convenience stores. You wouldn't even be able to. You can't even imagine this if you've only lived in Gambia and never left. You know, you can find, you know, everything there. You can shop for groceries, you know, clothes. I mean, it's beautiful. You walk around, they play nice, beautiful music. This is what he's describing. So he misses that. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. So he's letting you know, think about this for a minute now. I know people tell me the white man, you know, don't like me, even if that's what you believe. But hey, the white man can stop you from going to those stores. You know that. So let's be rational here.
On a shopping spree down in John Lewis, I don't have those kind of like big department stores that we could be hanging out with that you have over in the States. You don't have that here. And a lot of people, they have this kind of thing they call retail therapy. And it's funny, you know, because retail therapy isn't actually a thing in as much as, you know, it does you any good. But some of us are so attached to stuff and the accumulation of stuff that if you don't accumulate stuff for a while, it starts having a mental effect on you. You start to feel...
He's absolutely correct. If you think about, like, I mean, I get that there's a lot of people I see that come online, like black people, they talk about how things are hard for them, they are poor. Look, you're just fantasizing, you're wishing to be poor. You don't know what poor is. Okay? You don't know what poor is. You're able to sit in front of your phone, your computer, you know, with your fridge full of food. You got everything, electricity, everything is stable. You can just stream to the world and tell the world how you are such a victim, how you don't have much. You're telling that to someone, you know, who they don't have that electricity. They don't have that fridge. They are thinking about their next meal. They can't even name a Gambian streamer that can come, that you've seen on YouTube. I'm talking about, they are in Gambia. They are just streaming on these streets of YouTube, you know, willy-nilly, just like us. Just name it. I'll wait. So if you have to look at what you have than what you don't. Because in this world, if you're looking at what other people have, there's always going to be someone there that has more than you. But if you live in, you know, like live in this culture, in this American culture, we acquire lots of things. He's absolutely right. I mean, like right now, the way my life is, I can't imagine living in another society where even, let's say, for me to not have the option to choose what kind of orange and what country they come in from, not to have that option would upset me. Not to be able to, you know, have Amazon deliveries without worrying about somebody stealing it. Not, you know, living, raising up fences so that people don't steal from you. I mean, that's exhausting. People don't understand, but people are so caught up in their feelings. They are all about, is racism, is sexism? No, it is what it is. You need peace in your life. And it doesn't matter where you can achieve this peace anywhere. But you have to also take a lot of things into consideration, because you cannot force other people to see things the way you want them to see it. But you can fit yourself, because the world is a puzzle. You can go fit yourself somewhere, that matches, your lifestyle.
Like down and depressed and upset, you haven't had any stuff recently, or all your stuff seems kind of like the same or whatever, and so you actually start to feel it when you don't have the ability or the access to physical. I'm trying not to use scatological language. I'm trying to use good language. So if you don't have
physical, he wanted to, we'll just say physical stuff. He's absolutely right. Like people, if you come here to America, if you don't know what these people are talking about, you would think, oh man, every black person is like super poor. Nah, that's not what it is. In fact, here in America, it's all up to you. I have learned that. Like, it's all up to you. I like nice stuff, and America's got nice stuff. Nobody's giving it to me. Everything I got, I work for it, I earn it. But now you got to ask yourself, there are some societies, you have to realize, some societies, you can work as hard as you want. You might get that money, but there are some amenities you're not going to get. Certain lifestyle you're not going to get. If you're just a regular normie, if you want to go live as a regular normie. So you have to take that into consideration.
access to things, that could be a problem. So that's the second thing. Was that second? Third thing I think I might. Other reasons not to come here, I would consider something that I miss about being in the UK was how convenient things are. So it's like, for example, let's say I broke my phone today. I could use Angel's phone, jump on Amazon, order a phone, you know. If it's 12 o'clock now in the afternoon, I can have it by 9 o'clock tonight.
Over here, you can just go to the mall or to the phone store. He's absolutely right. So, and some people are going to be like, oh no, that's not a problem. Yeah, right now, it's not a problem until your phone breaks. Because now people cannot live without the phone. It makes sense to have one because that's how you communicate with the world. Even though some people, they would be on social media, but complaining that, oh, some of you are just always on social media talking, but they are doing this on social media. Like we're saying social media, I don't think they understand it yet. Social, meaning we're sharing with one another. We're sharing, different experiences, observations, rather than, for many, many years. I mean, you people know, I would say for centuries, when it comes to African story or black story of any kind, is from non-black or non-African person that tells the story. So this man, rather than everybody else coming telling all of us on YouTube a Wakandan story, something about movie, he can tell us his honest truth of what is, and he's giving you things to think about. Because, like, let's say if a Gambian person, right, is in Gambia, a YouTuber that's never been to the States, UK, or whatever, they can only tell you about what is going on there. Like, they won't be able to give you any tangible comparison of things that you can compare to what you're familiar with. So, but he's able to do that for you, because he's telling you in the UK is this way. If you're in the UK, or in America, kind of similar, we know what he's talking about.
Phone. Brand new phone, in the box, crisp, ready to go. Transfer my stuff over and I'll be up and running. Whereas here, it's like everything is very inconvenient. Everything is very inconvenient. There's not like they've not had hundreds of years for like families to start a farm and then
Okay, people, do you understand that? Like, Marley here is saying pretty much the same thing that Atkati said, but because of the way he is saying it, Mary answer, you're absolutely right. Yes, he is saying the same things, but he's putting it to you in an intelligent way, because you can speak about facts without being disrespectful, being rude. You can just lay it out. But when you start being rude, you're showing that, your lack of intelligence, because you shouldn't allow your feelings to distort reality for you. You should control your thoughts. Just because you're thinking it, I thought is usually wrong most of the time. Look at what is in front of you, and also listen to somebody lay out, their experience for you. Then you can make your decision from there. Don't base it off your feelings or somebody just telling you a movie story, because a lot of people have bought into that, and then they turn around. We see videos of them, complaining that, this is not like America. It was so bad with Atkati. She was trolling Gambian people. She would drive around, filming, talking about, look at the place, look at how dusty it is. These people are nasty. The people are sleeping with goats. No, like the goats, they walk around, but people are not sleeping with the goats. I get it. If you're from a structured society, like the one that Atkati came from here, like America, this is a huge country, tons of people, but this is a structured country. Very structured. You're not driving around, seeing goats walking around or donkeys walking around. No, you're not seeing that. But if you are into that kind of stuff, by all means, but if you're not into it, no need to want to shame, the people that are into that, you see, or trying to attach everybody to that. But the way this guy is laying it out, Marley, he's saying the same thing, but he's not being provocative. So let's continue to hear him.
that farm to now have a corner store which turns into a small department store which turns into a chain, and then before you know it you have like a countrywide, or international conglomerate.
He's absolutely right. Even though the Gambia is, they said it's an agricultural country, but they don't have huge farms where, it's like some people farm, but it's like for their families and they sell the surplus. most of the food items, they are imported. And more Gambians, you tell them about farming, they would think you're disrespecting them. I mean, I think a lot of people are ignoring what they're seeing around them there, the culture. Go look even on social media, Instagram. Look at what the young Gambians they are talking about. Go look at what they are talking about and what is reality. These people are not focused at all. These people are not focused on what you're focused on. It's crazy. Wherever you go, there's a reason why it looks the way it looks. See, most Gambians, everybody want to work in an office. So just like in the ghetto people, just so you know, same in the black culture, how everyone wants to go work in the office. And you ask them, what kind of job do you want in the office? They don't know, but they just want to work in the office. Farming, you suggest that to somebody, they would say, oh, you're disrespecting me. I remember, I told you guys the story yesterday in my stream. I talked about how, my family, we used to, we would, in the rainy season, we would grow corn, groundnut. We've grown potatoes, cassava, because I spent most of my early childhood from Sierra Leone. That's where we live. So we mostly eat Sierra Leonean food, cassava leaf, potato leaf, palm oil. That's what we eat. Cow kanda, that's, the cow skin. I know most people, they squirm at that, but, those are yummy. But my point is, we used to grow our corn, right? And I have friends, homeboys, who, these people, they think farming is beneath them. But when the corn is ready, they all want something. Even though I remember in school, we read this story about the little red hen and the hare. When the little red hen was collecting, working hard, to get ready for hard times, the hare was just chilling. Then when hard times come, the hare want to beg the little red hen. We all read that in school. But they still didn't follow that rule. They would rather beg than do for self. So you're going there, it's pretty much you're going to like a bigger ghetto. Just a little bit different than the ghetto you are used to.
Had that time here. So everything is still very kind of like inconvenient. If you want to go and buy a phone, you jump in your car, you go up down to maybe traffic light, you check the phones there, you ask for the new ones, get the price, then you start going over to the next shop or the next shop or the next shop to get the price that you actually want. Nothing in the shop has prices.
He's absolutely right. Nothing. I mean, how can you imagine you go into the store, walking around Whole Foods? I mean, that's where I go to because that's where the white people are. So it's a bit safer. I don't need to be walking around, looking around who is mad that I'm driving a nice vehicle, trying to rob me and stuff. So I go to an area where everybody has the same thing as me. So I can't imagine going there and not knowing how much things cost. He's right. It's very frustrating.
The supermarkets will have a price, yes. But if you was to go to buy something like a phone or land or a car or just things, you find that it's there's no price. So everything you have to go, hi.
Oh, he's absolutely correct. Bo is right. Bo just brought something to my attention. Bo, you're absolutely correct. Right here too, in every you notice the YouTubers, every black person, they would say corporate America. So, okay, dude, how come everybody is corporate America? You cannot tell me what job you worked at. If you look at my videos, my introduction, you can see some of the type of jobs I do. See, I'm not a talker. I look at opportunities that are there, I take them. I work with my hands. See, I believe in me, so I'm a skillful person. I work with my hands. So if you work with your hands, you have skills, you can survive anywhere. You can survive anywhere. And they would try to tell me about the books they read. I'm like, really? What books? They would tell you about their degrees. And especially with Africans, some of their degrees they would tell you about. It makes me laugh. You would see one person, you're like, oh, what do you do? Usually they start with, they call it NA because everyone is in healthcare. Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, I am in healthcare now. What are you doing? Oh, I am a nurse. A nurse? So you're like, oh, a nurse. Everyone is a nurse. What kind of nurse? They can't tell you. So few are actual nurses and doctors. Everybody, they're like, I'm a CNA. That's the can never advance degree. That's the translation. But people are not getting it. Or they're like LPN. Let me pass now. RN right now. RN BSN. Right now, I'm ready for the BS. So, some of them, they'll tell you, I have a PhD. PhD in what? One guy told me, he said, he has PhD. PhD in forestry. I said, forestry? I see why you are an Uber driver. Seriously. See, my trade, if you see in my video there, like I've worked construction. Like I've worked construction. I've worked as a corrections officer. Now I have my own business, for many years. All from my own skills. I taught myself those skills. So you can do the same thing. Most people you're going to meet back in Gambia, to be honest, they are not about that action. The action that you're used to here in America. I've never lived in England, but I'm assuming from what he's explaining, if you grew up in England, you're probably not gonna feel the vibe that much either.
How much for that apple? And that person would say, for you, my brother, it's $200. And you go, $200? Okay, let me work that out. Well, in $200, that's around about £3, which is about, that's about £2.50, which is about $4. Okay, that's too expensive. My brother, you must be able to give me a better price than that. Well, it's kind of difficult because you see, right now, this is the rainy season.
He's absolutely right. He is totally right about this. Because if you look at it, right, you would go to the market. You go to the market and you ask someone for the price. They are telling you it's based on the rain. If there's no rain, then they will tell you, because it didn't rain. You guys might think he's making this up. He is not. This is actual conversations. This is actual conversations that people would have. I was waiting for someone like him to see somebody who would come and speak honestly about what they see and the interactions. He is absolutely right. Because I know where that reasoning is coming from. But you don't. Now that reasoning is confusing you. You're like, this is crazy. Yes, you are absolutely 100% right. Myself here, I don't want to deal with that. Not at all. I'm a straight shooter. I want somebody to tell me exactly what is and what is not. So, but you're not going to get that.
That impacts the prices of things. Now he will use the same thing. Right now is not the rainy season, so that impacts the price of things. Whatever happens, they'll use a reason as to why the price has to be inflated. So what's your last price you can give me, my brother, for this one apple? Okay, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna now give it to you.
Look, if you don't know what this man is talking about, because I get it. I've seen people come online talking about, oh, these Africans are trying to scam me, blah, blah. Okay, watch. It's not about being African or whatever. When a person starts the conversation, you're trying to buy something from them. You know, for instance, I like drinking these sparkling waters, right? I don't want to have conversation with anybody at the store. You know, maybe I might be on a phone call or I'm listening to something. I don't want to talk to anyone. You know, maybe if I see some people I know, I can say hi. But I'm on the go. You're on the go. You go, you pick up the price. That's not how it works. He is telling you, this man is telling you, oh, okay, for you, I'll help you out. No, bro, don't help me out. Just tell me how much it is. I'll pay you and go by my way. But they want to butter you up and set you up on how they are about to take you down. You know, due to the rainy season, the prices went up. You know, but for you, you $500. You're like, what? It's an apple. No. This, you know, the rain didn't come. Like, do they grow apples here? No. So whether it rains or not, you guys are still gonna get apples, right? They would be delivered. The ships would be coming from Spain, right? Right. But they would tell you about the rain because they're trying to make a connection. They're trying to get your mind to believe that the apples are actually grown there. So because of, you know, lack of shortage of rain, now, you know, the prices have to go up. This man is not lying.
For $175. Ooh, a whole 7 cents off the price. Let me go next door. Then you have to go next door. How much for your apple? All this long story just to be able to get an apple. It gets very tiring very soon. So like I missed the convenience of when I was over in the UK. That is something that would have to change here. There was a sister I was talking.
You know, the ones that are talking on YouTube about their how much they love Africa, they want their black power. Like he's just saying, I know black people here in America. First of all, they are not, you guys see the Bag family, how they act. They do not have patience for that. They're going to start cussing the people out. They would get in a fight. You guys saw at Cathy how it went over there. Because he's right. Nobody wants to hold why do you need to have whole conversation about buying an apple? Why do you need to go, you know, walking from store to store, you know, to tell people that one single apple, oh yeah, $500. That's right, this is Africa. $500. So now you got to walk your way to 10 stores so you can actually get this apple for the price that you think is fair. But you have to hold conversations. I don't have time for that. And I know you don't either.
So earlier on today over in Tamla Hotel. Tamla Hotel. Very nice hotel. There was a sister who was there this morning. And she was talking about a friend of hers who's based over, who's like, you know, Gambian born, but he's based over in the States. and he's looking to open up a farm here. And what he was talking about was bringing a farm, but bringing like hydroponics to the farm.
See, he's talking about someone that would be like me in my category. From there, but living in the States. So listen to even what type of treatment we get also. We get the black treatment, all right? So this is why instead of you guys coming here throwing sand in our eyes, you should understand our situation too, because you're getting the same treatment as me. Now we black. But now you're trying to tell me, oh, no, I want you to stay in Africa, but now you're about to hear how they treat somebody like me. Listen to this.
Basically, the idea is that you create a borehole or a series of boreholes which brings up water from the water table deep down in the ground. Then you use that to pump water around your farm to the amount you need, to the crops you want, and then you're able to then ensure that this part of the farm is growing this time of year, this part of the farm is growing that part of the year, and you're able to have year-round crops coming out of your farm. Whereas here, that's not happening. People are still doing the whole, well, I'll put this thing in the ground, and then we'll pray, and hopefully we'll get rain, and then that's how things will go. Last year, the rains were so heavy, so strong.
See, he's not lying. So the concept is like nothing's changed, like mentally. And I know some Gambians are gonna be upset that I'm speaking facts to it, but think about it. Get out of your feelings and realize this. You cannot pray for the rain. You have to actually be innovative. You have to start thinking and doing things, like what works. Boy, you're absolutely right. You won't last long. I can already tell. You won't last. But just like he's saying here, this is what goes on. So this guy, he lived in the States apparently like me. He wanted to actually bring some American technology. But technology can be technology all at once. But if the person operating it don't know what they are doing, it means nothing. I'm not saying the person from America don't know, but maybe the people he employed don't know.
A lot of crops failed because they were drowned, like the root vegetables, things like mint, lettuce was impossible to get, stuff like that, because people are not making use of technology to ensure that food is grown here. So again, very inconvenient. Like if you're in the States or in Europe, I don't care what the weather is, you can buy avocado.
He's absolutely right. Look, the state that I live in, we see the sun at least 6 months out of the year. But I can tell you, you can find any tropical fruit here. I mean, plenty of avocado. Every store you go to, you're going to find all kinds of avocados. Mexican avocado, Hawaiian avocado, Puerto Rico. I mean, you name it. Organic avocado. Pretty soon they would come up with vegan avocado because, all they have to do is slap that label on it. Now we got ourselves a vegan avocado. But he's correct. You can get this any time of the year. But in Gambia, that's not how things work. I mean, they have oranges, mangoes, but you can't even get that, like, it's not like an all year round thing. But right now, I can go get mango at the store. So this is why, like, I used to observe around. There was an Indian guy in Gambia. He owns a huge mango farm, and the type of mangoes that he exports, I've seen them here at the store. So I've always observed. I said, okay, this guy, He grows these mangoes. The Gambian people, they go there, they work. They ship it through the airport. This guy is killing the game there because he's using modern type technology. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, you have to step it up to a whole different ball game. Yes, you might have the ideas, but what you're going to run into roadblocks because the ideas you're presenting are so foreign and unimaginable to the people you're talking to. They would think, man, this guy is full of it. If you tell somebody that you're above negotiating for an apple, they would be offended. But they don't understand, no, you're being honest. Like, dude, like, why would I want to negotiate about buying an apple? Like, what is going on here? But people, they're not going to understand that. Like, hey, I'm coming from a place where we don't have to do this. This is ridiculous. But they're not going to get it. So when you are thinking about saying you're in your feelings, I'm going to move there, know that this is what you're moving to. You see the back family. Last time, Rick, now you see, at first he's all happy and stuff. Now you see he's turning grayer and grayer, faster and faster, just like when an American president is in their, last year of their fourth term. He's getting grayer and grayer because he's dealing with stuff.
Any time of the year. Whereas here, it's like everything is like dependent on the seasons. So you learn how to work with what's available. Talking of which, electricity isn't always available. So like, you know what I mean? At my place, I've got like the electricity, and then you have your backup generator or your backup inverter, your backup solar panel or whatever, to ensure that you can continually have power. Whereas many people here don't have that. So it's like,
so think about it, right? Do you want to imagine, okay, you just, because a lot of people, I was going to say, you coming from work, but the Black Power people that are going there, the Pan-Africanists, they wouldn't be working. They are going to be the ones employing the people. So let me speak in your language for you. So your employees are at work, your African employee who probably doesn't show up as much. If you can find him, good luck to you, right? He would rather tell you stories than get the job done, but that's besides the point. So you are coming from the beach, if that's what you enjoy doing. Every time you come in from the beach, now you have to worry about getting your own backup generator because you don't know if, this electricity is going to be sticking around. That's the type of inconvenience he's talking about. But hey, there are people that are able to pull this off. So this is why I'm saying you're not built for it. You're not built for it. Knowing the lifestyle that you are leaving behind and the one you're about to see yourself in, there's no Walmart here. No Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, none of that.
there's this thing where it is brand new and there's a lot of work and a lot of things that needs to be done. Let's see, 30 minutes. I've been talking for 13 minutes. The question must be then on, well, what's the point? What's the point of even bothering to go there? Well, let me tell you. What you do get from being here, first of all, is a sense of a renewed sense, or a new sense. Let me say a new sense, not renewed. A new sense of community.
Yes, he is absolutely correct. It's a very community-oriented society. That he's absolutely correct about it. There's going to be okay. Let me tell you this. You're going to meet a lot of the people, but a lot of the people if you want to meet them, there's always some type of party going on. Somebody's having a naming ceremony over there. You know, the people they gather around. There's food. There's music. Yeah, the people love chilling. They're gonna kick back, and that jollof rice would be cooking in those big, the big pots. Yeah. People, the guys are sitting under the mango tree. The Jamaican reggae music is blasting. The ganja is going around. And somebody is giving the story about what the white man's land looks like. Fantasizing about how they can't wait to get to America. How they're going to be rolling in that sports car. This is what they're talking about. But you're over here, you're around all this stuff. They're dreaming about coming to that. You're saying, oh, I can't wait to go over there and employ those guys. They are not looking to be employed. Okay? I hate to tell you, they are not looking to get employed. They are looking to leave. And do you blame them? Because if you go there, you're going to be paying them pennies. They are trying to put themselves in situations so they can employ other people too. So he's right. It's still a brand new place. There's the opportunity there. If you can stick it out, most definitely. But this inconveniences is a for sure. Yeah, I mean, if you can stick it out, maybe things will change in the next 500 years.
You see, those of us whose family is from the continent, but our ancestors were pulled away or sold, whichever way it happened for that person. But nevertheless, we got kicked out of this country. We got left out of this country.
Listen to this part. Okay, so he's going to also drop a brutal honesty that a lot of Pan-Africanists, deep down, they know it is true, but they move away from it because they want to be able to shame the white man with it, which is the hidden truth. You're going to hear him say it. He's going to PC it, but I would translate it in the Afridamos report version, how we talk about things over here. I'll break it down.
Or out of this continent. Let me just be a little bit broader than that so I don't start upsetting people. Those of us who are in that situation, our ancestors have had to grow up to be able to learn to deal with living, growing, making families and thriving in a system that has been designed to keep them down.
So what he's saying is, in many nice words, so now he's saying what the condition looks like there. And the inconvenient truth start hitting him, which is, yes, there were Africans that did sell. Africans sold his ancestors, to the Arabs and to the white man. And then they end up in a system that was designed to keep them down. But he's putting it in a much nicer way. But I like the way he's talking about it because he is not saying, oh, these people. He's explaining it in terms of how it was.
You see, like, if you check, for example, how the dominant society deals with their dogs, their pet dogs, or even stray dogs, if you see how they treat them, you have animal hospitals, you have vets, you have people who are there specifically trained in the...
My God. This guy is absolutely right. The way white people treat their dogs is amazing. Look, I walk around here. Like he said, animal clinic. There are 2 animal clinics in my street alone, just right here. They have the emergency one and the regular one. Look, I walk around, sometimes I see some white people because they have these little dogs and they would carry a stroller because the dog would be walking because he got short legs, and just in case the dog gets tired, and they will pick the dog up and put it in the stroller and walk around. Some of them, because they have so much, like white people have so much, they make sweaters for the dog. I've seen somebody, this is real, walking around. The dog had on a sweater and everything. They have like sunglasses on the dog. I've seen people put their dog in the stroller. If you hurt a dog in America, it's over for you. There's an American football player called Michael Vick. He went to prison for that. That destroyed him. And mind you, what he was accused of, he wasn't even present. It just happened at his home. So imagine that.
Pursuit of looking after that. There are like people who will offer you, who will be able to buy the best in food that has been scientifically managed to make sure that the food they're eating for the food they're giving for their dogs is best for their dogs. You know why? Because no matter what they do, that dog is going to stay a dog. There's no kind of danger of being usurped or being taken over by that animal. Not that I'm comparing us to animals, but the fact that we've been treated like, like farm animals allows me to use that as an indication of how things are different. Here I see people using donkeys and carry stuff up and down the road, and I'm like, that doesn't look too far off from.
He's absolutely right. Okay. This part here, even still trip me out. Yes, he said donkeys carrying stuff around. Even myself, I'm like, that still goes on? The people, the system is stuck in the donkey ages, man. That's what it is. So I've seen some people in his comment section, Gambians, getting upset, going at him. But I learned lots of things from this message that he's giving. He's not only, I can tell you, he's not trying to, come there and talk bad about them, about us, whatever. No, he is just giving his observation, and he gives solutions too. He shows you some of the opportunities that if you're willing to take it, is there too. So both sides of the coins are being given here. But don't get upset at the guy. Learn from him.
Would have been happening back when we were dealing with slavery. Carrying the heavy load, carrying people, all that stuff.
He's right. This is like he's describing back in slavery days. I know some of Gambian people will be upset at that, but that's because they're probably not going to see it from like a different lifestyle, like the life this guy is talking about, comparing it to. He probably cannot believe what he's saying. You got donkey carts, you got people carrying people around. What I can pay for a piggyback ride? Like, what is going on here? Imagine Phil going to Gambia, paying for a piggyback ride. I doubt if they can find anyone that can pick him up, or Brandon. Can you imagine those guys? Or the Wakandan queen, because she wants to go there. She wants to be treated like the Wakandan style, where they put her in one of those. Imagine how many Gambians they would have to need to be able to carry her. Just imagine that.
And they were not willing to give us the best. They were giving us the scraps because they didn't want us to be so strong or so clear-minded that we could take over the plantation. They didn't need that headache.
He's absolutely right. What he's telling you in a nicer way, especially in the Jamaican plantations. Yes, they definitely, slaves were treated worse than the animals. Because like I said, the dogs have sweaters on here. New sweaters, sunglasses. You know, if they're walking, they get tired. The doggy mommy, because that's what they call themselves, pick the dog up and put the dog in the stroller. I'm like, what is going on here? But I'm just telling you, confirming what he's saying. The slaves were not getting that in those plantations.
And even till to this day.
This is Africa is confirmed. They still carry people in Kenya too. What is going on? Like in Kenya, I've seen videos where like the white people showed up at the beach, and so I'm watching this video where like, so there's like some skinny Kenyan guys, they showed up and they have like the red stuff around them. They call them the Maasai. And these guys, they could jump really high, you know. I said, man, these people are wasting talent. Someone should tell them about the NBA and train them, you know. But yeah, I mean, I didn't know they carry people in Kenya too. I mean, I'm not ragging on the people that carry them, but if you're gonna be going there looking forward to getting carried, you might wanna go on a water diet a little bit, you know, save those guys, you know, some of that American weight.
People could quite easily understand the need for reparations for, let's say, Asian Americans because someone called them a bad name or someone punched them in the side of the face once. You know, they could understand the need for reparations for that. They could all come together, figure it out, do it. Boom, one time, finished, job done.
Okay, here's what he lost me. So he was talking about Gambia, then he shifts straight into American politics. That's not how it's working. So I would sort of let you guys just hear that part. Boy, so who's Wakandan Queen? Oh, Gina.
Black Americans dealing with the Holocaust, the just continued armed house.
A Holocaust? What's going on? All right, I'll just listen.
They have to deal with. Arms house is like a colloquial term for. I can't even use bad language on this YouTube.
Yes, you can. There's no such thing as bad language. This guy is so PC. No, if you're being honest, you know, you don't need to censor yourself, you know, like just, you know, say it like it is. You're not using foul language, but you're thinking about other people's feelings. I see it. So just next time, you know, if you're watching this, go for it. Go for it, because we want to hear it.
So it's not good, all right? And they can't, they're like, we gotta figure out, we gotta study, we gotta do stuff, we gotta like, you know, search our feelings and all the rest of it to see how we should like deal with. They don't want to, because if they were to provide justice for Black Americans, that would be putting a nail in the coffin of the dominant society.
That doesn't make sense. How can that be a nail in the coffin? If someone is giving you something, why would they give you things that would be the nail in the coffin for them? You need the person. That's like your daddy is rich and your daddy just gave you a little bit of money and now all of a sudden you think you're richer than your daddy. This part I'll have to disagree with you, my friend. And by the way, black people are free in America. They've been free since 1865. But total freedom, like in the 60s, it's a gray area. That's a whole different topic. I don't want to skid off to that lane yet. Let's stick here.
It is at the moment. They know that. They know they can. They know when they're watching the Olympics or athletics or.
Queen Bantu, I had to stop and read your comment. Our donkeys are more hardworking than some Wakandan queens. Look, some, you think? Go see those donkeys. Man, they work those donkeys for real. For real. Oh no, there's no Wakandan queen that can outwork those donkeys. You see, three Africans, like these donkeys would carry 4 or 5 people by themselves. They work those donkeys to death. And you think those donkeys are wearing sweaters or they have air conditioning cooling them? That's not happening.
Golf or basketball or American football or soccer or, anything else where black people are there.
So now he's just sort of rambling, he's talking about black people dominate, but he's talking about sports. You're talking about entertainment. So that is definitely showing that blacks are not built for the environment you're describing, because basketball players don't know how to build stuff. And that's what Gambia needs. Basketball players, they cannot invent cars. I haven't seen any yet. The ones you're talking about, the dominance, it is white people that are paying for it. Remember that they're paying for the entertainment. Name African countries that are paying people a lot of money to entertain, to play soccer. You look at Africans that can do it, the pros, they move to America or to Europe to follow their dreams. But in just Africa alone, you're not going to get as much clout or as much money or recognition as you would in America or in the Western world, because they pay for entertainment. That means they have so much that they just can throw money for people to entertain them. So pretty much what you're outlining is you're saying, you're telling people, blacks cannot build, they can just, entertain. His message was good. It's still good, but he's telling people, look, blacks are jokes. That's what he's pretty much saying, but he doesn't know that that's what he's saying.
We immediately become like the dominant force. Tennis, we immediately become like the dominant force in that arena, because things are equal. Things are based, it's me against a clock, or it's me against another man, me against another woman.
All right, if you can play tennis, you can go against the clock. Besides just feeling good or however, what's the point? It doesn't even make sense. But I'll still let him just keep going.
So in those sort of situations, when there is parity, then our excellence shows through, and it's not just in physical attributes. It's not just in that. They know that, and that's why they've got to try and keep us.
Say, bro, most of my family here in Alabama don't have running water or air conditioning. Oh, they can live there for sure then. Oh, yeah. But they can go to Walmart though, right? They have access to Walmart and other places.
Down. Very long story to say. The thing that you get here is a renewed or a new sense of community. You meet people from your community, from your area, from your you know, people that look like you. They could have a different accent to you. They could have a, you know what I mean, have a
But you could still meet people that look like you in America as well. What is he? Oh, England. I'm not sure what he's getting at. This is what I don't get. Like, what is this hyper thing about being around just people that look like you? And I've told people it's not that important to me. If it were important, I would just be around. I would just live. I would have just stayed in Africa, the black factory. Do you understand? I came from the black factory. So obviously, being around all black doesn't really, it's not that important to me. People is what's important to me. If we vibe, we vibe. It doesn't matter. You could be black, white, Chinese, blacker than the ace of spades. It don't matter. But if what he's saying, if that's important to you, yes, most definitely you would get that over there. That's for sure.
different understanding of what life is like. Yo, and they look just like your family. You have shared experiences, shared upbringings. So that's one thing. Secondly, there's so much opportunity here. Like, ridiculous. You know, like, look at this. Let me show you something. You see, where is it? Okay. You see this here, this.
See, right here, what he's about to explain, especially the Gambians that were getting mad, this is the learning moment. He's giving you the 411, like on some of the opportunities. Because if you live in a place your whole life, there are a lot of things you might miss, but an outsider can see it. So listen and take note.
Signboard here, right? These signboards at the side of the road. To get one of those signboards, to put an advert on one of those signboards in London, must cost you around about 20 grand for a weekend. To buy a signboard here will cost you around about £1,000. So it's a lot. This guy's gonna come and jump in my video, isn't he? Why are you in my video, pal? Yeah?
Because he saw a camera. That's the thing. Hey, in Gambia, you pull that camera, you're out there on that street. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. Somebody is gonna invite themselves in the video. That's just how they do it.
Why are you in my video? I'm getting photobombed by people. But £1,000, finished, done, boom, and it's yours. It's not something that you're advertising. You own the billboard, and you can.
Yeah, if stuff like that, like this, doesn't annoy you, oh yeah, you'll definitely have a great time. Like you, it would be an eye-opening experience for you. You think you've seen how black people act in the hood. You know, when you get there, you will understand. You'll understand.
You're an advertising agency. It's like that. It's like there's so much opportunity here that, man, you know, have you ever wondered like what it would be like if you wasn't dealing with racism as the thing to hold you back?
Oh, look at this. I think somebody's triggered. We have a Logan Claus here who decided to call me a dumbass. I think it's one of those people that have low self-esteem. Everything is black and white for them. And if it's a white person, they're just trying to pretend to be black. And that's all right.
Who you could be, what you could do, what you could achieve if people were able to get together, you know what I mean, in our own spaces and decide and work things out, what you could achieve. Here you get to do that. Here you get to do that. So don't get fooled by the stuff that you're not getting and the inconveniences or the, you know, what's on cable TV, what is available is way more than what you don't get. I hope that kind of makes sense.
Come on. Okay. This guy is confusing me. So you said all these things, and then now you turn around. You've mentioned Walmart. You've mentioned all these things, and now you're telling us, oh no, what is here is more than what is not. What is going on? I'm confused.
But until next time, it's your brother Marley, and I'm signing off. You take care of yourself, y'all. Peace. Bye.
Overall, the message was good. Let me see some of these comments here. Black excellence is different than seeing black people. Yeah, that's absolutely true. But let me address. We have a Socrates here, Logan. Okay, so this guy brought up a good, lots of good points. He's right. The Gambia is still a young country, only 51 years in the making. You see what I'm saying? So they're still growing. They're still growing. There's opportunities there, but I would have to tell you, it's gonna be a struggle. And I wish he would give that message to the black Sid. How come they don't tell us about everything he just outlined? Like, how come? Maybe there's an agenda to sell and deceive the people. Right? Oh, I think let's see. Logan came to the right channel. So people, remember what I was talking about yesterday? I said some of them would start slowly, some of the people would start slowly coming in saying, oh, you're the one that I hate myself. Sure, I definitely look like someone who hates themselves. This is the reason why, when you speak about truth, Logan is an example of why some of those people do not come out and give it to you straight chaser. They worry about hurting their feelings, when reality is not about feelings. You don't want to be driving on a street, sharing the street with goats and donkey carts, human cutting in front of you every step of the way. You want to have regular, consistent electricity. I mean, look at the great thing we're doing over here. We're sitting here able to share with each other. This is happening because of electricity, because of technology. So it doesn't matter. African countries need, technology as well. It would only help. So what this guy is saying, you that is thinking about repatriating there, make sure you visit first before you make that decision. If you're sick, for sure, you have a condition that always needs, hospital care, you don't want to move there because you're not going to receive that care. So for Gambians that got mad, no need to be upset. Learn from what he is saying. He is not lying. Some, I know you're going to say, oh, that's, we are okay with it. No, we are not. Trust me, if you see how other people live in other parts of the world, you would understand why somebody would be shocked to see people carrying people or donkeys in the street still roaming about. You see, like, people would absolutely be confused about that. So this is why it's important, if you, as a Westerner, black or white, when you come, you have to speak facts. You have to give both sides of the coin. But if you want to pretend like, Okay, like acting like you're feeling sorry for anybody, you are not helping them. You are just playing God, straight and simple, because you don't want those people to awaken to the reality. Because when you pretend like you're feeling sorry for somebody, you're limiting their abilities. What you're telling that person is, you're saying, I am better than you. You cannot do things for yourself. If you take the time and truly think about it, that's what you're saying to that individual. Plain and simple. Let's see here. It's obvious the troll is missing the whole point of the message this is about. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Supergirl. I gave the troll the little attention they were craving so that we can continue talking about what is relevant. So, if you look at it, my previous videos, how I responded to certain videos, it is not about attacking those people. It is about showing you the message. Because most people, they go to these platforms, they are just all in their feelings. To them, they go by liking what they like and what they don't like. But it's about looking at what is real and what is not real. They can tell you about Wakanda, or like they coming to America, seeing you start picturing that type of thing in your head. You're all excited. I think that's what happened to Art Kati. She's like, ooh, I'm about to go to Wakanda. I'm about to have me a good time. And she shows up there. She starts seeing goats walking by. The goats are like, that means hi. The goats are saying hi to her, the donkeys, and she couldn't handle it. She had a breakdown. She had to come on the internet. She's like, oh my God, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. Y'all told me I'm about to go to Wakanda. I showed up. I didn't see any flying cars, no vibranium here. These people, they have goats walking around. The goats are sleeping with people. She made that up, by the way. Right? Yeah, but the goats are walking side by side, with everyone. They are not even like scared. They're just like, yo, what's up? No, you take that side. I take this side. So, I think she was traumatized by the goats there, because she was fixated on the goat issue. But all jokes aside, it's not even like that. It's not, like the way she was trying to put it. But the goats, they have the right, to go about. What are they supposed to do? You see what I'm saying? What are the goats supposed to do? So these are things that you have to think about. Like, are you like, you know what even blew my mind? I don't know if people caught this, but what Art Kati did there, I would consider that, as animal cruelty, because she came on the internet. She went out of her way to criticize some innocent goats. She kept mentioning the goats in every video, and it wasn't in a good way. Can you imagine? Okay, think about it. If somebody already, listen to what I'm telling you here. If somebody already have some type of little hatred about goats, and they watch Art Kati's video, you see what I'm saying? That's just gonna, prove their point. But yeah, it's something to really, really, think about. Africa is a fun place, but these are the packages that that's the package. You cannot shame the people into seeing things the way you see it. You cannot do that. Like, it's a waste of time, and you would create enemies for yourself. Plain and simple. the best way to convince people, I mean, not just in Africa, is by showing them, living by example. Because a lot of these people are complaining, but they said they are going there to build. So the place is ripe, is behind, is looking for some experts. We have everyone, all these pro-blacks, they all work in corporate America. And where's the skills? But everyone want to hop into real estate. The country is importing food. Hey, they should jump into farming. I gave you an example of the Indian guy that have the big farm there, and he ships, exports it. And you cannot just say, oh no, the guy is Indian. Oh, he's got, it's because he's got the land. No, there are lots of people. People have lands. They have big lands there. Having a land is not just enough. You have to be able to do stuff with it. It's just like having money. If someone gives you $1 million, how many stories have we heard here in America where people would win the lotto, they would win millions, but within a short period of time, they would lose it all because they have a poor mindset. They don't know how to think. So it's the same thing. If you talking about you are such an excellent, builder, you are building businesses, that's the place for you. Like, it's behind time. You could do like what Marley is suggesting. Start with farming and then build your little corner store and then turn that corner store into something bigger. The point I'm trying to make is, if you truly believe you got what it takes, you should test yourself here in America. Do you know how, especially with farming, there's tons of land in America. There's government subsidies that you could get. The business is easy. Electricity, water, you would get it all. Try that first before moving, across the pond, so that you can bring your skills there. So, let's see. My favorite. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, people, I didn't want to stay here long. That brings us to the end of the show. Make sure you like and share with your friends.
Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, telling you, yeah, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, go to the roots. Yeah, man, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, you know, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!